Hi guys, Geeter64 here, and today we're going to be talking about the Blu-ray releases for March in the year 2021. So if you've never seen one of these videos before, it's pretty self-explanatory. I talk about the physical media releases for each month. Today is March 2nd. It'll be March 2nd by the time this video gets up, which will be the first day of release for March. And how I do these things is I just pick movies that I'm interested in. I pick some mainstream picks and then some interesting picks. I obviously don't cover every movie, and I guarantee you there's probably some movie coming out that I am not talking about here that you might be interested in. So I definitely recommend you go check a total list out online. But if you're just interested in my opinions and some of my picks for that, that's what this video is about. And again, if you guys like this, hit like, comment, and let me know when I will continue doing this. With all that said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Hope you guys are ready for the truth.
Geek.
Truth.
64.
Geek.
Truth.
64.
Geek.
True.
64.
Geek.
Truth.
Geek.
Truth. 64. Oh, shit.
All right, guys, we're going to just kick this off with March 2nd, as I said before. And the first movie we're going to talk about is Monster Hunter. Please don't judge my entire list for this month based on this movie. It's a video game movie, guys. And I don't know who expected this to be good. You could tell from the initial trailer that this was not even remotely close to the video game, which I guess that puts it on par with other video game movies. The trope of video game movies being bad. Yeah, it's a trope for a reason. It continually happens. So, no, I haven't seen Monster Hunter. If one of you guys out there has seen Monster Hunter and has some thoughts on it, I'm definitely interested to see what you guys think. I'm not going to try and trash it when I haven't seen it, but it's a video game movie, so my expectations going into it, if I ever did check it out, would be very, very low. Next up is War of the Worlds on 4K. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the 4K had already been released or not, but I know for sure the 4K Steelbook of War of the Worlds is coming out on March 2nd, and this is obviously the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds. This is not the original War of the Worlds. You can get the original War of the Worlds on I believe it was a Criterion Collection release, which I would recommend that one. But you know, the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds, I don't know. I kind of have mixed thoughts of it. There's some of the movie I really like, and some of the movie I really don't. All the stuff with Justin Chatwin I remember being really bad. Like, he was just really terrible in that movie. That was a really poorly written character. And I feel like midway through the movie, they just wanted to get rid of him. So the director, Steven Spielberg, was like, just go up the hill and disappear. Go up the hill and disappear. And that's kind of what it is. It makes no sense as to why that would happen. But yeah, I don't know. War of the Worlds, I feel like I need to revisit that one. It's been quite a few years since I've seen it. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not, but the Steelbook actually does look pretty cool. For March 9th, there's only one movie I saw that I was actually interested in talking about, which was Dredd. Dredd on 4K. It is the Steelbook edition. The Steelbook edition looks really, really cool. I love the art for this thing. I obviously own Dredd. I own Dredd on Blu-ray 3D as well. It's one of the best looking 3D movies that was actually released as far as in the live action category. So yeah, I love Dredd. I've watched Dredd many times. I miss seeing it in theaters because the trailer I don't think did a very good job of convincing me to go see this thing. But yeah, Dredd, I'm excited. I might upgrade and get the 4K for this. I might wait and see somebody else's reviews on the quality of the actual picture. And I have been thinking about doing videos where I talk about some of the upgrades to these movies. I don't know if I'll do that or not. Right now, there's other YouTubers that I follow that do a really good job, and really, I just trust their opinion. Fun fact, I actually did meet Carl Urban, who played Dredd, as well as many other characters, and I do poster designs. I designed a poster with his character from Lord of the Rings and Star Trek and Dredd, obviously, and I asked him which character he liked playing the most, and he said he didn't have a preference. It was kind of anticlimactic. But he did like my poster, which I was very happy with. I gave him a copy and he signed mine, so it was really cool. For March 16th, Legend of Korra, the Steelbook complete edition. Now, the complete edition of the series has already been released. I actually own Avatar, the last Airbender back there. Legend of Korra was very much a mixed bag for me. I really liked the first season. Wasn't a big fan of the rest of them. I feel like they took the characters in poor directions and the story in a poor direction. Personally, I think they got ahead of themselves. We'll just put it that way. But it's definitely not. I wouldn't say it's trash. It definitely is not trash. But in comparison to the last Airbender, it just wasn't anywhere near the same quality to me personally. The animation was great. But the steelbook looks pretty cool. This really matches the original Avatar: Last Airbender, which also had a steelbook release. Both covers are very similar, and that's pretty cool. So you could actually have matching sets if you're interested in that. Like I said, I own Avatar: Last Airbender back there on my shelf, and I'm cool with that. I don't really have too much of a desire to go revisit Legend of Korra, but hey, somebody might be. So one of the things I talked about on the last Blu-ray release is that a lot of people got to realize that some of these movies you might think released on Blu-ray and never were released, but also you have movies that have been out of print for a very long time, which is why on the secondary market, physical media for these specific titles is so expensive. So I don't know if there was a high demand for this one, but it is getting a re-release, which is Driving Miss Daisy. To be honest, I've never seen this movie. I know that's kind of shocking. It's kind of a mainstream movie. You would have think that I had seen it by now, but I've never really had a big desire to check it out. So I don't know. Maybe this is a good opportunity to do that. Pick it up and check it out. The other re-release that's coming out is Titanic, which obviously this has been released on Blu-ray before. I don't know if the secondary market for Titanic is very big. I don't really have a desire to see Titanic. Again, it's a very good movie, very well made movie, but it's also very long and drawn out. And if I watched it again, I'd almost just skip to after the ship hits the iceberg, because that's when all the cool action scenes happen. But I don't know. I don't own Titanic, so this may be a pretty good excuse for me to pick it up and revisit this one as well. Next up is this Michael Bay movie called Songbird. This was released the first few months of the pandemic. I guess this thing was rushed into development, and it's supposed to be some future strain of the current disease, and I don't know. I don't care about this movie. The reaction to this movie was really bad. The trailer for this looked really bad. You can tell that they purposely wrote the script to keep people to one or two people in shot at a time. They probably had a reduced crew shooting it. And so, I don't know. I don't have any desire to see Songbird. But the reason I'm mentioning it is because it's kind of a mainstream release. And I'm also curious as anybody else has seen Songbird and what their thoughts on this movie are. Another cool movie that I had no idea was coming out was called Psycho Goreman. Just saying the name makes you laugh. Based on the name and based on the cover, I assume this was some kind of horror movie or something. But so from what I understand, I watched a review that somebody put out there, and it had basically they compared it to kind of like a Power Rangers or something. And so I did a little bit more research into it, and it's kind of a kids movie, I guess. Not a kids movie, but like a Stranger Things-esque with Power Rangers mixed in or something. I don't know. I can just tell you this. The descriptions I've gotten for this thing are all over the place. It was released on streaming or on demand. I think it was an on-demand release. So the physical media release is actually coming out. So I don't know. Maybe I'll pick it up. Who knows? I'm definitely intrigued. That much I will say. For March 23rd, we've got Soul. Yes, Soul is coming out. I watched Soul. It was a Disney Plus release December. I think it was the end of December it came out. I was really pleasantly surprised with it. As far as Pixar, they've been a lot of very much hit or miss over the last 5 years or so. They've had some really solid movies, but they've also had some really bad sequels, in my opinion. But I was very happy with Soul. There was a lot of originality and thought that went into it, and heart, which you don't really get much out of Disney these days. So yeah, maybe I'll pick this one up. I don't know. As far as my Disney Plus subscription, let's just say that it's about to be canceled at this point, I think. But regardless, I did like Soul. I might buy this one. I don't know. If you've not seen Soul and you have Disney Plus, definitely check it out. And if you've not seen Soul and collect Pixar movies, I definitely recommend this one. This is not a Pixar movie to skip. Soul was really fun. I really liked it. So this next movie is one that I remember pretty well, called Gattaca. This not too many people remember this one, but it's set in the future, and a lot of genetic basically class systems happens in this. It's sci-fi. It's thought-provoking sci-fi, which I really appreciate. We don't get much of really anymore. So I'm interested in revisiting Gattaca. It's one of the movies that I do not own. I don't think it had a Blu-ray release. I had it on DVD at one point, and I don't know what happened to it. I probably loaned it out to somebody and never got it back, such as how I used to do things with DVD. But Gattaca is getting a 4K release and a Blu-ray re-release or a Blu-ray release. I guess I probably should have done a little bit more research to be more concise on that, but I know that it's being re-released at the very least, and this is also the first time it's coming to 4K. So I'm interested to check out Gattaca. If you've never heard of Gattaca, I definitely recommend you pulling up Wikipedia or something, taking a look at the rundown and seeing if you're interested in it. I think the 4K steel. I think there's the steelbook. Yeah, I don't know. The actual design for the cover is not really my taste. I feel like they could have done a little bit something better than this. But hey, it is what it is. I'm getting it for the movie in this case, so I'll probably pick up Gattaca. Godzilla, the 2014 Godzilla, not the Matthew Broderick monstrosity. The 2014 Godzilla with Walter White is getting a 4K release. I don't think this was released on 4K back in 2014. I'm not even sure if they were releasing 4Ks in 2014 now that I think about it. I'm not sure. Regardless, this is definitely getting a 4K release. There's also a steelbook. I think it might be a Best Buy exclusive, a steelbook of Godzilla coming out. You know, this one's kind of a mixed bag for me. I feel like this one needed more Godzilla and definitely more Walter White. We didn't really get enough of either of those in this one. They gave us a lot more monsters in the sequel, King of Monsters, but they had way too many human characters that I didn't care about. So, you know, it's kind of like both ends of the spectrum on Godzilla. So, I don't know. I'm a big Godzilla fan. I got a poster back in the back there. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'll upgrade to 4K. I've got it on Blu-ray, and I think that'll be good enough. But the 4K is coming out if you guys are interested. This is a new release called News of the World. This had Tom Hanks in it, and from the best I can tell, it's like in the West. I probably should have watched a trailer or known anything about this thing, but I know it was released on demand. I don't think it had a theatrical release, not that theaters are really up and operating in very many areas. It's still, and it's got Tom Hanks, so it's at least worth some kind of attention. So that's why I'm talking about it here. And Event Horizon is getting a 4K release. I'm kind of surprised Event Horizon is getting a 4K release. It seems like it's more of a cult movie. Not too many people talk about it. Actually would like to see Sphere released on 4K. I think that would be a cool movie to see on 4K. Event Horizon is coming out, so if you guys are one of the few who really remember this one or saw the fan of Event Horizon, this may be worth an upgrade to 4K. It's always hit or miss with the 4K releases as to if the upgrade is worth it and if the transfer is good. One of the best examples of this was Terminator 2 release on 4K was bad. It wasn't good. The actual Blu-ray release, I think, had a better picture, which sometimes it happens. That's why a lot of times with these movies, if you're upgrading, I'd wait and get an opinion from somebody, see some reviews or whatever YouTuber you guys listen to and get their opinion on the actual transfer before you upgrade. But if you don't own Event Horizon at all, you might as well go for the 4K. Moving into the last day of the month, this is March 30th. We got 10 Commandments, guys. 10 Commandments, the original one with Charlton Heston, is coming out on 4K. This is one I've pre-ordered already. 10 Commandments is just a classic. I mean, this is like classic Hollywood picture. I'm going to use the word picture because that's what it is. I haven't seen 10 Commandments in so long. I'm really looking forward to it. I know the movie's really long from what I remember, but I don't know. It'll be cool just to watch this one again on my my in-home theater here, and and just check it out. I don't know. I'm excited to check out 10 Commandments. I don't know. I'm just interested in revisiting a lot of the older movies out of Hollywood. I don't know. 10 Commandments. I'm looking forward to it anyway. Next up is the Bad News Bears. This is the original Bad News Bears, not that remake with Billy Bob Thornton, which was okay, at least as far as a remake. Kind of unnecessary, but the original is obviously superior, as is the case with the majority of movies. The original is going to be better. This one had Walter Matthau. Walter is the gun. Walter, the dude from Grumpy Old Men, and Dennis the Menace. Those are the two main movies I remember. Anyway, and of course, Bad News Bears. This is the type of movie that would never be made today. There's like so many like off-color jokes in this thing, but it's funny. It is funny, and if you haven't seen it, I think it's on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, I'm pretty sure it's free on Amazon Prime, or it might be IMDb streaming, which is also free. It's got commercials, but if you don't want to buy it, that's a good way to watch it as well. The reason I went out and pre-ordered is because I feel like this is a movie that probably won't be on streaming or anything very much longer, because it just comes, some of the jokes in it, people, will be offended by, because there's always somebody who's offended by anything anymore. And I'm not saying that you can't be. I completely understand why something in this might offend somebody, but if that's the case, just don't watch it. I mean, just don't watch it. Next up is Wonder Woman 1984. This was obviously released on HBO back at the end of December. I didn't watch it because I don't have HBO. I canceled it after Game of Thrones final season, and have no interest really in getting the streaming service again. Not that there isn't some interesting things on it I would like to check out, but just kind of out of principle, I just don't really want to. So I've not seen Wonder Woman. I didn't go to the theaters and see it either. I was thinking about going to the theaters and checking it out because my actual local theater is open for specific times. But the reviews were very bad for this one. I liked the first Wonder Woman. I thought it was really good. But the reviews for this chased me out of the theater for sure. And so I don't know if I'll purchase this one. I own all the DC EU movies, even the terrible Justice League, even the terrible Batman v Superman. And I know there's a lot of Zack Snyder fans out there, and I'm definitely not a Zack Snyder hater, despite really disliking those movies. I like 300. I like Watchmen. I think Man of Steel's an okay movie. But just his vision of DCU is just not really my cup of tea. But Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get it. The Steelbook looks cool. And last up, we got Mortal Kombat, the 2-pack, the Steelbook edition. This is the original Mortal Kombat, and then that terrible sequel, one of the worst video game movies ever made, even worse than Super Mario Brothers, which is Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That movie was so bad. Now that's a movie that you should watch for a terrible movie nights with your friends, with some Jameson or some beer involved, maybe. Make a drinking game out of it, or something, in order to get through that movie. But the first Mortal Kombat, I still stick by as probably the best video game movie that we've gotten. And there was also a new Mortal Kombat movie that a trailer dropped a couple weeks ago. So, hey, good timing with this release. That's probably on purpose. The Steelbook looks cool, and I don't own Mortal Kombat, I don't think. I'm gonna have to check my shelf back there, but I actually don't think that I own Mortal Kombat, so this might be a pickup for me. And that's it, guys. Those are my picks for the releases for March 2021. Again, there's a lot more movies coming out. I guarantee you there's something that I didn't talk about that you guys might be interested in or excited for. So it may be that I didn't know it was coming out, or I just didn't pick it. It depends. I definitely would like to hear you guys in the comments below. Let me know what movies you guys are excited for, because if nothing else, I might find out about something I'm interested in that I didn't even know was coming out. So, I hope you guys enjoy these Blu-ray release or physical media release videos. This is the second one I've done. I plan on doing one for April as well, so we'll see how that goes. And for subscribers, I just want to let you guys know, I'm sorry my uploads have not been, I haven't been doing very many uploads. Got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know how this month's gonna look, and I don't know. I know last month I only got the one video out, so we'll see. I'm gonna try, guys, but I got a lot of stuff going on, so it is what it is. I want to thank everyone for checking out this video. I want to thank subscribers because you guys are awesome. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm YouTube64, and I'll always tell you the truth.